All right, welcome back. Another live episode of the Wilderness Wired podcast. I'm your host, Adam, followed by my host, Trevor.
How we doing, everybody?
We got some updates to talk about, I guess. First things first, you can find us on Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, and Instagram. That's where we post most of our content, pictures. I know I post to Facebook a lot, or mainly to Facebook. We put some shorts in YouTube, so go ahead, head over there, give us a like, a follow. It mean the world to us. All right, we got a sponsor. Any sponsors?
Yeah. Curly Joe's Creations. We got koozies and we also got some coasters right now. Get over there. She's on Facebook. She does t-shirts, hats, or not. She doesn't do hats. T-shirts, tumblers, the coasters, the koozies. She can do hoodies, long sleeve shirts. She does car coasters. You know, you put them in your cup in your car in your cup holders. She does those. She can put any decal that you give her, or really, even if you have an imagination, she can create you something. So she's pretty good at what she does. She's been doing it for a while, and uh, if you guys are wanting one of the koozies, we've got 13 of them available as of right now. Shoot me a message on via Facebook or email. Facebook is Wilderness Wired, and email is wildernesswired25@gmail.com.
Yeah. So for your drinkware, for your winter wear, hoodies, long sleeves, anything anything you're drinking from, you want it to stay cold, get over there, get some custom gear. All right. Well, we got a few hunts to talk about. Why don't you lead us off there, Trevor? How was it? How was opening weekend of shotgun season?
I'm not gonna lie, man. That first day was rough. That we didn't see. I think so. It was like 3:30. We got on the property. We've got three local does. That's what we call them. They don't go very far from the bed, and they were out in the field meandering around and feeding on weeds and stuff. And I had a little 6-pointer come underneath my stand and walked right on by me and bumped those does into their bed. And that's all I seen of them the rest of the night. Uh, and then the second morning, we seen the three local does, and they're only like, so they were born I would say they're probably 2.5 right now, almost 3. They were born the first year that we started hunting the property, and you can tell like they've gotten bigger. There's something I want to add and talk about onto the podcast, something that me and my grandpa talked about. But they come around. That's all we seen that morning. Yesterday evening, we get into it. We went ate Chinese for lunch, like anybody cares, but got in the stand about 2:30, 2:30, and we're sitting there. And yesterday, I kind of figured 3:30 was going to be the time because that's about the time. And all of us, we seen the local does come back around. They went past my uncle, past my grandpa, made their way to me, and then circled on down, and where they were, wherever they were going to go for the night. About 30 minutes later, here's some walking behind me, in between my stand and the creek bed. and it was 3 mature does, and they walked right behind me. I don't know how they didn't smell me. They went right down my wind, and I seen the third one look back, and I was like, okay, well, there might be a buck coming. And then I heard this crashing. That buck came underneath my stand and literally hit the ladder of my stand. So this deer had gotten, I think he got hit by a car, and he was just unstable. He was on 3 legs. I'm trying to get a picture to pull up here. Give me just
Thanks everyone for joining. Welcome. You guys have any questions? Go ahead.
Give me just a second here. I'll try to pull up this picture.
We're just talking about Trevor's hunt this weekend, which was successful in all the ways possible.
Yes, it was.
Got to hang out with some family, visit, and actually pulled out a doe and a buck.
Yes. So yeah, while I'm trying to figure out these pictures, I shot the buck at 10 steps, and he ran around, stood there for a minute, and then did the spider leg wiggle. He was over on his back, just doing his thing. He almost fell into the creek bottom. Well, in the heat of the motion, like I watched him stand there, I put a second one in him, and he dropped. And then one of the does come back running out about 30 yards, and I loaded another couple shells and put one in her and dropped her where she stood. So yeah, pretty successful hunt.
What'd you hunt with, 20 or 12 gauge?
It's a Mossberg Maverick model 8812. It's got a Hawk scope, the one that's specialized for muzzle loaders, shotguns, stuff like that. And I'm using Hornady SST Sabot slugs, 2000 FPS. So, man, they did damage, dude.
Did it go where you wanted it?
It did, yeah.
Did it go where you aimed?
Yeah, exactly where I aimed.
At 10 steps, it should, right?
I'd hope so. Well, and that's the bad thing is I thought I missed, and I figured it. He stopped, so I put the crosshair back on him and let him have it.
Were you hunting out of a tree stand?
Yeah, a big game. I think it's a big game single man, kind of like the ones we have.
That's the one thing I really haven't hunted a lot of, like rifles out of stands, rifles or. All right, my nephew's in here.
Oh, thanks for joining.
So, anything else?
I mean, that's. So with all the commotion and everything, my grandpa and my uncle were, they were, messaging me. What was that? Did you shoot? Did you get something? And I was like, yeah, I got something. I'm going to creep out of here and let you guys sit till dark, see if those does come back. Maybe you guys could get one too. And they were like, no, we're getting out. So I guess they just
did they not get anything this weekend?
I never got a message, so I assume that nobody got another deer. I mean, I did kind of blow up the woods, but I will share some pictures though.
Maybe, right?
Yeah, so I can add, if you want to go ahead and add that one.
There we go.
Here's a picture. Is actually we were walking out to the stand that evening. That was me and my grandpa, my Papa Dale. I tell you what, more than likely, if it wasn't for him, my dad, I wouldn't be a hunter. Papa Dale's been hunting for longer than I've been alive. Killed a lot of deer, and I tell you what. So you can't see it in this picture, but he has He has an old shotgun with the rifled choke on it, and you would think that gun is hydro dipped, but it's actually tape. Like he did an amazing job on that gun. But that's what this picture right here kind of sums up what hunting's honestly all about. Family, hunting with your elders. I mean, you got two separate generations of hunters here. His way of thinking with hunting is different than mine, and my thinking is more modern age. So we always bounce off ideas from each other. Like he was telling me when I was cleaning that buck, he's like, an old trick. He's like, if you take a string and I think he said a nail, but you take that string and tie it to that tail at the bottom of your tree, about where a deer would sit, and you flick it. You flick it whenever a deer's around. It kind of like grabs their attention and draws them in. I was like, I've never in my life heard that, but that's just, that's the old way. So that's
let's talk about deer cleaning real quick. So you field dress your deer, like as soon as you take them, you dress them out in the field, right?
So on this property, since it's only 30 acres and it's such a delicate property right now as it is, because we're still getting the equipment to be able to maintain the property, put food plots in, put bedding, put extra bedding in, do the hinge cutting, and do all the stuff that needs to be done to help bring deer in. We actually just go pick the deer up, and we have a giant plastic 55-gallon drum that we drop the innards in, and then we dispose of them in the back part of the woods on a different part of the property where coyotes can do their thing, buzzards, coyotes, all that stuff. So
okay, so when you do it, is it head up or head down?
So as much as I really wanted to do head up, especially for the buck, I ended up opting to go ahead and Euro mount this deer because of the way the shoulder was all messed up. I actually had to dispose of one whole shoulder because it was just completely destroyed. It was an old wound, but none of the meat had recovered. So, I popped the chest cavity and did head down, and I did the same thing with the doe. The hearts were, needless to say, PG-13. They were not edible. They were actually in multiple pieces.
A little bit of lead poisoning, huh?
Yeah, they were in multiple pieces. When I sorry to be graphic, everybody, but when I went down to cut the esophagus, it was in chunks. I don't know how to make it PG. This is an outdoor channel, so
I was getting at my buddy, right?
Sorry.
He actually has a bulldozer or
right.
A backhoe, right? So it'll be head down, and he'll pick it up, and then he puts a sled underneath it, and then you just cut it open, and then just pull everything over the edge and just cut it out as you go down, and then you just plop it into a sled. And it's really efficient, super efficient, which was really cool when I last year when we had a couple does. So I ended up going out and getting it's like a hitch winch.
Yeah, I definitely
that I can put on the back of my truck. Because when I go up on the hill, generally I'm by myself, so to be able to get a deer into the back of my truck by myself, I got the winch. But that's also probably what I'm going to hang it up from at the house too. Just for everybody to see, all the neighbors. Sure, they'll love it.
Nice. No, we so my grandpa's house, we have an old basketball goal with a steel It's like a pipe frame. So we just hung the I think it's called a, what's it called? A gandrel? I really
Gambrel, yeah.
gambrel. There you go. I didn't know, but I'm sorry everybody. I'm really trying to load this picture to get you, show you guys the deer. But we hung it. We got a little chain and hung the device from that, and it works really good. But it's super simple, super easy.
Yeah, my wife and I learned last year. It was kind of hard. Our garage is really short and low, so there's not enough height from the rafters to lift the deer more than barely off the ground,
Right.
which makes it kind of rough when you go to cut it up. So I'm hoping that maybe the
There you
winch will do better.
But yeah, there she is, or he. That deer had to weigh like 200 pounds. So on the looking at it, which would be the right side, he had 5 points. On the left side, looking at it, in between the main beam and that, I guess it'd be technically his G2. There was actually a broken tine there, and that is the side. That left side is the side he got hit on. There's a big old knot on there, but you can see where I shot. He right there behind. Literally, we drug him straight out from where I'm sitting. There's a creek bed back there behind me.
Yeah, I guess from elevated position, that's a pretty good. I mean, that's through the lungs, through the heart.
I mean, at 10 steps, that steep,
going down. Yeah, going down.
Yeah, putting a scope on it, it was kind of tough. I had to like in and out on the scope. So, but right there where I'm sitting is about exactly where I shot the deer. So he made a circle left, stage left all the way around to that creek bed. And like I said, when I watched him drop, I was like, oh man, please don't drop in the creek. Because it's like every bit of a 6 foot dry creek. I mean, it's a bit steep. But
yeah, my first deer ever. It ran into a slough off the Mississippi, off the property that we had in St. Mary's, and it ran, and it tried to run up the other side. It was too muddy for it to get up with its back legs.
Right.
So I ended up having to pop it in the water, and then it floated downstream. Luckily, it floated on our side, but and got caught up on a bunch of brush that was on the side of the slough.
Well, no, it's actually a different subject, but I figured we go ahead and throw her in there.
All right.
Oh yeah,
there it is. There's the duck boat.
Yeah, that's the new blind. I found a backwater performance frame off of Marketplace for about $75 down there by Carlisle, and it had the wind blocker material with it, but it was all dry rotted. Like literally, you could just rip it apart like without any issue. It was like paper.
Did you already put wind blocker on it?
Yeah,
in it?
Yeah. So what I did for those DIYers, I went to Amazon, and they actually make a wind block privacy like cover, almost like it looks like a tarp material for like chain link fences and picket fences that you can zip tie on. So I grabbed that. Now, is it going to be 100% wind blocking for like 40-mile-an-hour winds? No. Am I going to be sitting in a boat in 40-mile-an-hour winds? Probably not.
Yeah, I don't know.
But
I do have the gear for it, though.
I'm not saying we don't. That'd just be really sketchy.
Stand up, get blown over.
So the netting that you see here is called Mountain Gear. I think is what it is. North Mountain Gear or Mountain Gear. It's on Amazon also. But those are 6 by 4.5 pieces.
Man, that really came together.
And then all that is Final Approach grass and some Avery quick grass. And right where the grass stops at the top, that's where the top bar is. And then I left about a foot on each side so we could close it up. Got some little clamps from Harbor Freight, and you just grab it from underneath and close it up. I can actually show a picture. Give me just a second here. Oh.
It's probably what we're gonna be hunting out of this December.
Yeah. Once Central season stops. Oh, give me just a second here.
I've got all kinds of news.
There you go.
Okay.
Yep, there you go. So that's what it would look like with a couple holes in it. You can see that pretty concealed, man. I mean,
concealed or not concealed as we want.
Yeah.
Which
gives with the curvature of that blind, it gives more room in the boat. And we've got some 360 swivel chairs that we, Adam purchased a while back ago.
Do you have some old pictures of the old blind that we had on the boat?
I thought I did, but I couldn't tell you where they're at. If they are
archived somewhere.
They're archived somewhere. They need to stay archived also.
That's nice. That's super nice. We changed from like a dugout type with flip lids to this. We're going to the A-frame where you can see all the way.
And so with the mud motor, I opted to go with the collapsible. So here it is collapsed. There you go. So there it is, all collapsed. Right here on the front of the boat, you can see the little clamps that I was using to hold the center together. Right next to those, you can actually get those on Amazon. Those are called tree clamps. You tie them to the boat, and instead of throwing anchors out and trying to mess with those, you just tie those to the boat and clamp those onto brush around you, and it does the same thing, and it's quick. So if you got to pull the boat out to go get a bird,
it's nice.
It's super easy.
Yeah. Have some heaters in there, some propane heaters.
Those are
the grill.
Yeah, it's gonna be nice. But
yeah, I haven't heard any more about the gentleman whose propane tank blew on.
So
this season.
Word of mouth is what I heard was they were in the blind and he was going, I don't know what he was doing, but he tripped over the hose that connected from the propane tank to the heater, and the heater's still that hot. Spark
ignited the
propane, and it went. So to those families, we send our deepest apologies, and if you need anything from the Wilderness Wire team, we're always here to help. I mean, I'm sure that they're not going to rebuild the blind this year, but
oh yeah, it blew the. I mean, if you saw pictures of the blind, it blew the blind completely down to the base.
Yeah. Did any of those three guys, did they by chance pass? I never heard if they. I heard that they were seriously injured, and two of them got lightheaded.
So two were flown out, and the third guy, they just said he was treated for his wounds. So
right. But yeah, man, that's what was I going to talk about?
I don't know. I'm not inside your head.
I know. I was gonna have something for us to discuss. Anyway, you were talking about cleaning. I know
Yeah.
that. So what I did since I wasn't at home is I quartered the deer out, cut the ribs off, the neck. Like I'm not one for keeping the neck because a lot of the times I kill more deer early season than what I do rut late season. So the neck isn't as big. But I tell you what, that buck had a neck. It was swelled up, dude. It was big. And I kept that, dude. I kept that whole neck. So I seen a slow cooker recipe and was able to
Yeah, for a neck roast.
yeah. They took the neck, put the whole neck in there with some broth and let it cook down and get all nice and soft, and then they took the tendons and the bones out, and then they made a nice stew out of it. So I think we're gonna try it.
Well, I have an update. Those of you following, I am leaving Friday. The day I'm leaving Black Friday, and I'm flying to Arizona to meet up with Matt. And we were supposed to go. He got drawn for a bison, right? So we pivoted from the initial hunt, which was going to be elk and bear, really, actually, and we pivoted to bison because it was a more rare tag, and he got drawn for it. Well, it's gotten bad in the area. The weather's gotten pretty bad, and they're actually going to be closing the roads to the hunt area. And since we don't have any snow transportation, snowmobile or anything to be able to get to the hunt area, we're going to have to pivot back. So we are not going bison hunting, unfortunately. We're pivoting back to elk, and I'm going to pick up a bear tag.
Nice.
So we'll be going after some elk and bison, or elk and bear. And I'm hoping that I can catch a bear before they go hibernate. So hopefully they're nice and fat and furry to stay warm for the winter.
Mm-hmm. I would love
Awesome.
to hopefully you get a bear so we can render down some fat. Yeah, some bear fat for some tallow.
And I told the wife, I said, oh man, I want to get a bear and put that big old fur upstairs. She's like, no. She's like,
what?
She's like, you can have all of the area downstairs, the whole area where the stairs are that come down here. She's like, that's all your area. You can hang up. You can have that little man cave. I'm like,
listen, me and her are gonna have to. We're gonna talk about that.
Yeah, we'll see. If I get a nice bear rug, there's nowhere to put it upstairs, really.
Right underneath the coffee table. That's where you.
Oh yeah, big old bear rug. Yeah, so my dog can do his business on a bear.
Mike on Facebook says that he loves the neck roast. He said that's one of his favorite cuts is the neck. So, Mike, me and you are gonna have to get together and you give me some secrets because I've never done it before, and this thing is massive.
So that is the update to that. But I am leaving out Friday, and I will be back. I'm flying back on the following Saturday.
Right.
So
nice. Well, it sucks that the plan has to change so quickly and abrupt, but
yeah. He said that the guys that had went out before, it didn't sound like they were successful. So,
well, hopefully you guys can get on an elk. And is it elk rut?
He just showed me before I came down here. He showed me a video of a whole herd of elk. He's like, "This is the area we're going to. This is the unit we'll be hunting."
Right.
I'm like, "That's awesome." So, We're gonna have to brush up on our elk calling skills. I don't have a call. Hopefully, he gets one and starts practicing this week.
Right?
As far as bear, I mean, when you're going for black bear, I don't know. I guess you're looking for food spots. I was asking him about some green spots. You know, what's gonna be green, and he said that the valleys or in the canyons are still gonna be green. So maybe I don't. I'll just have to
Are you
see.
guys gonna focus on? So, have you done any research on bear hunting in that area? Like, are you guys going to what are they feeding on right now? Are you guys going to chase the feed trees or?
Well, that's what I was that's what I was saying. Any green areas left
That's
are
probably where
possible food sources.
they're.
Until I get out there and I see what the landscape's like. I mean, I've asked him a little bit, and he was supposed to be doing some scouting for the bison. I don't think he made it up there. I think he's been out elk hunting before in the area, so he knows a little bit about the unit. So we'll just see if we can get on something.
Yeah. So, what's the plan whenever? Like, how big is the unit? Do you know?
I don't.
Okay. Well, maybe Matt can tell us whenever we get you guys on while you're down there, if we can get on.
Yep.
That would be.
But I do have a gear update.
Oh boy. Ooh.
I have the Vario system by Badlands. This is a 5,000 cubic inches backpack. And then there's a meat shelf. This orange is a meat shelf. So all these buckles get undone. This backpack folds off. You stack all your meat in the center. Here. I stack all my meat, tighten it down. And then there's special straps with red on them that this backpack will actually adjust itself and sit up more higher.
Oh, so you're not dragging it basically below you, holding you down.
It is an awesome system. It works with all of the Vario backpacks.
Nice.
I'm ready. That is a meat. I bought it for the bison hunt because I'm like, well,
We're definitely gonna need something to carry it out with.
Yep. It was probably gonna be a couple trips because I think it was the yield for a bison was like 500 pounds of meat, 550.
Ooh, you got enough freezer space for all that?
I don't.
Yeah.
But well,
I'll let you borrow some.
I might
if I got enough left after these deer.
I'm gonna be going after bears, so you're talking about a couple 100 pounds. He's gonna be going after elk, so
nice.
Be exciting. I'm excited.
It'll
be my first out of
the trip
state.
is finally here.
Other than Missouri. Okay, I do travel across the border, but I don't consider that like going anywhere. I can drive to the spots. So this will be my first trip hunting. It'll be my second overall bear hunt. Matt and I tried bear hunting up in New York.
Mm-hmm.
When we were up in upstate New York. Didn't know much about it, didn't know what we were looking for. We just really went out. We just had tags and we went out. But I know a little bit more about how bears work, what they're looking for. So if they're not already hibernating, if there's still some bears out there, it either has to be a sow with no cubs, or a boar. And
how do you tell the difference?
The difference in muzzles, the muzzle shape.
Okay. Is it kind of like you really got to look at it?
Yeah. You know what? Let's look at all the ways. Okay. Clues: the head shape, the body size and shape, behavior, physical characteristics like a female's rope of fur under her tail. Okay. Here we go. Yeah, females are smaller, with longer hindquarters. So, really, I'm gonna be honest. If it doesn't have cubs with it, if it doesn't have cubs with it.
Now, did Matt say if the elk were are they rutting right now?
He didn't say yet. He hasn't given me any details.
Well, I hope you guys get something, and we can talk about it. Hopefully you get it before Sunday, and we can post pictures and stuff. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, I'll actually, let's see. So I'm flying out Saturday. I'll be there Saturday afternoon. We're going to stay in town. I think we're going to go to the outdoor store, probably pick up a few supplies, and then head to his cabin, which is near or in the unit. And that's going to be our base camp out of the cabin. So we'll have all of our amenities, which is going to be nice. I'm not going to have to tent it,
Yeah, that's definitely a bonus.
And we're just going to hit it hard for the week. And yeah, if Friday will be my last. We'll go out Friday. Friday morning. I don't think we're gonna. Probably not gonna do anything Friday night, so I can prepare to leave out Saturday.
I gotcha.
Or I might. For him, if we were gonna go out like Friday night for elk, but I'm not gonna shoot. I'm probably not gonna shoot a bear in the evening. Go out for the evening for Friday night for bear. We'll just, if he hasn't gotten an elk by then, we'll go out Friday night for him.
Okay.
That way I'm not crunching time to try and get meat frozen and things like that to bring back, or, cleaning hide or anything like that. So.
Yeah, because those animals are a lot of work. They're twice the size of a deer, of a good full mature deer.
Yeah. So I have a unique topic.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I've been talking to a guy at work. Okay. And
Matt's on Facebook here. He says rut's pretty well over, but they're moving a lot.
Okay.
Thanks, Matt.
Yeah, thanks, Matt. wish you could be on here talking.
Yeah.
So I've been talking to a friend at work, okay? And he was eating deer, right? So I was like, man, you seem to eat a lot of deer, because every time someone takes a deer, people always bring in sausage and stuff for work, right?
Right.
So he eats a lot of deer. I said, well, you know what? I said, if you like that, I said, you can go deer hunting and get that, man. And he brought it to my attention that I don't know where he gets the assumption. Maybe he doesn't trust people. Okay. He's never been hunting. He doesn't trust people with firearms. Like, okay. And I kind of was asking to see if it's like a race thing, if it's he just doesn't trust white people for it, because he's a black gentleman and he's never been hunting, and I would love nothing more than to get him into self-sustain, being able to hunt and things like that.
Right.
So I just want to know if other people experience this, if it's a
Here-
race thing,
yeah.
and or if it's just a trust thing overall. I would like to hear people's thoughts, get opinions and comments, about new hunters not knowing what to do. And do you guys have problems trusting? Like, he's afraid that he's going to go out hunting and someone's going to try and hurt him. And I was like, man, that's just not the way the hunting world generally is.
That's not how that
Like,
works.
I don't care what the color of your skin is or where you're from. It's like hunting to me, it's like a brotherhood. And when you're out there hunting, there's some respect shown, and like we're all out there to do the same things. So there's a respect that goes, and I don't know. I've never experienced that hostility. So, but I did offer him. I said, hey, I would love to get you into this. If it's something that you're interested in, I would love to get you into this. I said, something that we can set up is him and I can get together, or and we can maybe come to your house and shoot. I said the first step is to get around people
That know what they're doing.
and try and shoot with people and get comfortable with the way they handle firearms, and they can get comfortable with the way you handle firearms. I said, I wouldn't start you on duck hunting because duck hunting is super close quarters. I think with new people, duck hunting can be super dangerous.
Yeah,
because
it can be pretty scary sometimes.
Now I feel like deer hunting, maybe some small game hunt, those things, you're out with a friend. But like deer hunting, you're generally apart. You're not in the same stand. You're not, as long as you're wearing your gear. It's more you're your danger. Like when it comes to deer hunting and you're up in a stand and stuff, like you're the danger to yourself by not wearing gear, not paying attention. I don't know whatever happens, not checking the stands for secure ratchet straps or whatever it be, because accidents happen. But
I mean,
it seems like those, I was telling him, I was like, I think more of the deaths that happen when hunting is accidents from deer stands and things like that. It's not such accidental shootings. While they do happen, they seem to happen with newer hunters too. So, but he said, yeah, he's like, I'm going to hit you up. He's like, we're going to go shooting. I said, let's do that. Let's get comfortable around each other using firearms. And then we'll take the next step to, because he doesn't want to go to public land. He's like, there's too many people out there. He's like, he's afraid that somebody's going to become hostile and he's going to get in a gunfight. Is what he's,
Jesus.
like that's his fear. And I'm like, man,
that's not how this, I promise you, I spend too much money on them shells to go to prison.
But so I just want to know if anybody else has experienced this or heard of this. I don't know. Talk to those people and see if you can ease their minds and maybe we can change this outlook on hunters.
Yeah, I've never
We
come
aren't just
across
a bunch
that.
of uneducated rednecks, you know what I mean? There's a whole slew of types of people that hunt. So,
Matt, buddy, I know you have a computer and a mic.
why am I not receiving that message?
So last time Dad said that he was messaging and stuff like that, and it wouldn't pop up on our streaming service here. So I went ahead and pulled up Facebook and YouTube. But Matt says My experience is if you're respectful of everyone else's hunt, they'll treat you right. Invade or mess up someone else's hunt, and you might get some negative attention. And which is very much true. You know, you don't go to public land and set up 20 yards from somebody. You know, especially, I mean, if you don't know they're there and they don't make themselves known and they know that you're like climbing a tree or sitting on the ground below them and they don't say anything, that's their fault just as much as yours. But, you know, if you see them or they see you and you make yourself known, like, it's pretty easy to be respectful and just go walk 100 yards.
Yeah. I mean,
100 yards is,
there you
especially like during bow hunting, you know, 100 yards is more than enough.
Yeah.
I mean,
100 yards,
public land
70,
is pretty crowded.
you know, 75 yards when you're bow hunting. I would say 100 when you're firearms, you know.
Right.
Yeah, we need to, I guess we need to work on the way people perceive hunters as a bunch of gun-toting rednecks that.
Well, we are, but anyway,
some of us are, you know, some of us can be sophisticated, okay? But that I am setting that up. We are gonna go shooting sometime, so
well, that's nice.
Look for that in the future.
That's always nice.
Try and add another guy to the circle.
Dad, I can see you today. But yeah, so okay, let's add something to that, right? So I went on some public land. Okay, I walked. It was 3/4 of a mile there, 3/4 of a mile back. Okay, I think I left the house at like 3:30 and just took my time. I didn't want to sweat too much, so I just took my time with my climber. And I'm sitting there, you know, just I'm seeing deer. They're just not anywhere close. But this guy who was, I don't know how he was uninformed, but he comes rolling up beside me on this trail that I just thought was like a dirt trail. It didn't look like it had any tire tracks. It looked like an access for the power lines is what it looked like to me. And that's fine, you know, whatever. It's public land. People do their thing. But he stops right at my tree stand and I'm bow hunting. Like, and he wants to have this full-on conversation with me. And I'm like, hey, bud, it's deer season. Do you mind? And he's like, oh man, I'm so sorry. He's like, how long has it been going on? He just wants to keep continuing this conversation. I was like, hey man, when I get out of my stand at the end of this hunt, I was like, you are more than welcome to come up to me and ask me as many questions as you want. I was like, I'll answer any hunting question you have. I said, but right now I am trying to fill my freezer. I said, do you mind? You know, it was agitating. But yeah, I mean, it's not just in all honesty, when it comes to public land, I really don't have an issue with any hunters, but it's the people that also use the land for non-hunting or, you know, non-hunting activities. You know, there's a walking path about, you know, 200 yards, 300 yards away. You know, there's no firearm season on this property. But you know, if you're somebody that's looking into getting into hunting or know somebody that, you know, goes and rides their e-bike in the middle of the woods during deer season, you know, make sure that they know when the seasons are. You know, it's October 1st to January 18th. Like, it's been that way since I've been alive. So, if not longer. But you know, private land, I've never had an issue with that. You know, usually it's me and you going out. I mean, yeah, we've ran into other guys on the property hunting.
Yeah. But I mean, you know, they go to their stands, we go to our stands, and nobody leaves pretty much until after dark.
Yeah.
That way, you know that any possibility is gone. and you're not spooking nobody, you're not spooking anything. So, and shooting light is definitely over with. So, I really haven't had any run-ins on public land, period.
I mean, I could totally see not trusting somebody else with a gun. I totally understand that. And but everybody in the woods who is there for the same reason has went through the course, a hunter safety course or whatever. And, they grew up usually around guns and gun safety. And if he's worried about guns, then try bow hunting.
Yeah, see, that might be an option. I don't know how he feels about bows, but
I mean,
maybe he more seemed like he wanted to do like alternative season, like with pistols and stuff, like a 357, and he's more interested in that.
I mean, that's cool. But the point is that you have to have some kind of open trust until trust is no longer there. I mean, not everybody's taking brush shots. So
that's a relationship that I'm hoping to work on, and that's a thing that I'm hoping to, open his eyes up a little bit better and show him, what it's really like out there. I don't know where he's getting his viewpoint from. I mean, I understand it can be dangerous out there.
And don't get me wrong, every now and again there's a horror story that pops up, blind blowing up or somebody falling out of their tree stand or something. But like you said earlier, like
all accidents. They're all accidents.
Yeah. Most of those could be prevented.
Well, it's called an accident. All accidents can be prevented.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, Matt is sending me all kinds of pictures of the cabin. Holy Moses. It's they might as well turn this into a lodge and rent it out for the hunting season.
Right.
That's how nice it looks.
Dad, if you're still in here, if you don't mind, if you could share this to Eric, I think is what you said his name was. And maybe he can hop in here on the comments. We'd really appreciate it. Eric is a guy that Dad knows who is in remission, and he's a big avid hunter, and he lives in Indiana. So I was talking to my dad, and I was going to see if maybe one day we could get Eric on here and talk about Indiana laws, regulations, what they can and cannot use, and hopefully, get another state. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know anything about Indiana, so if there's some like maybe I get a chance to go hunt deer in Indiana. I want to be able to already know those laws and regulations and at least have an idea, right?
Yeah.
So, but
yeah, we're always interested in interviews.
But yeah,
have to get Pulley on here and he can tell us all his success stories.
Pulley just shot a deer. Pulley just shot a deer too. So
I know, and he took a picture. It looks like he does it from the ground every time.
Man, he's a stealth king.
A bow on the ground.
He is an apex killer. Kudos to him. Kudos to him. He's an apex killer, man. He put up this little makeshift, like little ground blind. It looked like it was 2 foot tall. Like he didn't even need it. I know I seen a picture on Facebook of a deer heart, so I knew that he killed one. I don't know. I don't know if he, Mike, or if you're still in here. Is that number 1 or number 2 that you've killed? But Mike's daughter has killed a deer this year, so they at least have 2 in the freezer. I didn't hear anything from the family tonight, and if anybody else seen or got a deer. So I'm assuming that nobody got another one. But yeah, it's so far I've seen a lot of big deer taken, a lot of freezers getting filled. With me getting 2 deer, hunting as hard as I have this season. 2
Feels
deer.
good, right?
Yeah.
Feels good. I've got a lot of bow season left.
Dad says, Adam, all you do is teach safety of the sport and hope he can be safe.
Yep.
That's all you can do is preach safety.
Again, I'm gonna take him shooting. I know he shoots, and he goes and shoots his pistol a lot. So we're gonna go shooting, and so he can feel comfortable, and then maybe we'll probably start with pistols, and then
So is that what
go to shotguns?
Is that what he has? Is a 357?
I don't even think he has a 3. No, I don't think he has one. But I think that that intrigued him when I said that you can hunt with pistols.
Yeah.
So,
well,
he doesn't have a rifle. He doesn't have a shotgun. He doesn't have any long guns. So but just baby steps. Get him started. See how he feels. If he's interested in pursuing it, after we go shooting, if he's interested in going out with me to the woods, then I'll set something up and we can get him an apprenticeship license, which doesn't require the hunter safety course yet.
At least get him I'm glad that they did that, because it gives people a chance without the investment, gives people a chance to try it without the full investment. Because I mean, it's a lot of time to get that hunter safety course. If you go to
a 2-day course,
yeah, and then like if you don't want to do it in person, you want to do it online, you can, you still have to pay like what $20 to $30 to do it online. I mean,
I told him
it is an investment.
I told him that too. So
no, you don't have to buy the most. You don't have to buy, Sitka gear or First Light or Osseo to begin with. I mean, there's nothing wrong with Walmart camo. There's nothing wrong with Farm and Home camo, Rural King camo. But, all in all, it's an investment. Regardless of what money you do spend, it's a big investment. But I do appreciate in this unfortunate state that we live in, that needs so much help, that they did do like one itty bitty thing right, and with the apprenticeships.
Yeah, I think several states have the apprenticeships things. So yeah, it's super nice. I'll be able to get him the apprenticeship, and that way he can go out with a licensed hunter and see if he's interested in pursuing it further than that. And then we'll put him on to getting the course, going through the safety course if he's interested, and go from there and just slowly work. And maybe, maybe in a few years we'll he'll be interested and go out hunting by himself. So we can add somebody else.
Yeah, grow the community. That's what it's about.
Even if he doesn't, even if he never wants to hunt with us again or whatever, that's fine. But getting someone else out there that understands conservation and appreciates getting your own meat.
Yeah, it's being able to be self-sufficient and do this is the reward of getting a deer, as hard as the task is. Just patience alone is a hard task, especially now in modern day. But the reward of field to freezer, everything yourself, it's
no preservatives, none of the poison.
It is the most expensive free food I've ever eaten.
Yeah, the most expensive free food. But hey, it's pure. It lasts longer. I have to, like, I talked to my wife about this when, like, she'll grab some meat and she's like, man, she's like, do you think this is rotten? Like, I was like, you will know. Unmistakably, you will know when game meat is rotten. Okay. It will
Yeah.
stink. You will know.
Yeah.
Like, smelling a little gamey is not wrong, but
No.
you will know when rotten meat is,
Yeah.
or when wild meat is rotten. It will stink to high heaven. You won't be able to stand it. You'll be like, yeah, you'll throw up.
Thanks, Dad. We appreciate it. Dad says, I'm so proud of you guys. This podcast kicks butt. Yeah. So
Thank
thanks.
you.
Yeah, thanks, Dad. But yeah, that's man, this weekend was amazing. I don't think you go ahead. You care to go ahead and throw those pictures back up? We'll recap some of them so Dad can see them.
Yeah.
Yeah. 2 generations there. Yeah, 2 generations of hunter there. Yeah, there's the deer. I wish I would have got a picture on the side, like the good side, because that deer would have been like that deer would have been like a basket rack 10 if he didn't get hurt. He would have been a 9-pointer if that tine didn't break off. But yeah, there's that one.
And then the rest are the boats.
Yeah, the rest of the boat pictures.
Open. There's with some holes. And there's fully closed.
Yeah. Man, I'm excited. I'm excited to use this new blind.
Yeah, me too. But I think that's it. I think that's all we got for you tonight.
Oh yeah.
Thank you everyone who joined and commented.
Yeah, we really appreciate you guys.
Please share and get the word out. I know there's some videos with no views at all, so please get on our Facebook, YouTube, share some videos. Friends, family, see if they'll give it a shot.
Guys, if you want, I'll go ahead and throw this back out there. If you guys want a koozie, don't forget to message the Wilderness Wired Facebook or shoot us an email at wildernesswired25@gmail.com.
All right, that's going to do it for us. Thank you for joining the Wilderness Wired podcast. And as always, stay wild.